What is what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are joining in while we are here, thank you for joining us. And if you're watching this after the fact, welcome. The reason we're laughing is because Alex is just doing this pose the whole time, and he's trying to hit him.
Literally holding it for like the entire 30 seconds.
Yeah, I gotta get. I was watching him backstage, and I'm like, damn, this man he's committed. Like he's got this. And I tried so hard not to laugh, but I broke character. I was just trying to be quiet. But yeah, it was funny. But welcome, guys.
Can people hear us in the countdown?
At first I was like, no, but then I heard you, and then I was like, oh wow, damn. Maybe they can, because normally when I've done live streams, I've seen the countdown be done, and then I hear there's music in it. So yeah. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't hit that one. But I'll check afterwards, and then we'll
our giggling will be the countdown music.
Hey man, people like authenticity, so here we are. Before we even get started, we have a comment coming in from Luke Ponto 1153. What's up, guys? Hope all is well. What's up, man? Thank you for stopping by the channel. All is indeed well, and we are gonna just have a good time. This probably won't be too long, guys, so don't you worry. It won't be an hour and a half of us geeking out and going back and forth about DC, because he and I could do this for ever. So yeah, we will just be talking about the Supergirl trailer and just talking about what kind of that means going forward with James Gunn's DCU. I'm not even going to talk about the whole Netflix bid and everything like that. We're not even going to get into that, but about Warner Brothers. But yeah, we're just going to talk about that, the excitement or disappointment or positives or negatives that we both may or may not have with the trailer, and just kind of what's coming going forward, especially with David Cornsweet being Superman, and that movie just came out. And then Millie Alcock, she was Rhaenyra Targaryen in House of the Dragon, and she slayed that role. I mean, she really, really did. I had never seen her in anything, really, and I saw her in that a few years ago, and I was like, okay, wow, she's good. I don't know who this girl is, but she's good. And once I heard that they cast her, I'm like, yeah, she's going to play a really good Kara Zor-El. She really is. So here we are, man. Alex, what's up, man? Welcome to the channel again. Thank you for joining me. How are you doing, bro?
I'm doing really good. Thank you for having me. It's great to be back, just trying to make our way through this holiday season, just back to back. But I'm really excited about this. Honestly, Millie Alcock, that's her name, right?
Millie Alcock, yeah.
Millie Alcock. When I first heard she was casted as Supergirl, I've never seen her anything. I honestly don't come at me with pitchforks or nothing. I haven't seen House of the Dragon. I can't bring myself to watch it because I was like burned so badly by season 8 of Game of Thrones that it's just like, I don't want to watch a prequel because I just know where it all ends. But
fair enough.
I have heard that she was great in that, and I trust everyone else's judgment on it. And just based on this trailer, I think she's going to do a great job. And just a little bit that we saw in the Superman movie at the end, I'm like, okay, I like what she's cooking up here, and I'm excited to see more.
Yeah, nice. Absolutely, man. I'm pretty excited. There's a little bit of hindrance in me, just a little bit, just because of, we don't know much. We've seen the teaser trailer. It looks really good. I'm very excited about it. I still have a little bit of hindrance though, with some things, but it's not like I'm so disappointed and it's going to be terrible. No, nothing like that. It's just more like okay, we'll see how they pull that off. We'll see if they really blend this well with the comic strip. We'll see if they do some justice to some of the animated stuff, if they really bring in some fan service. We'll see, and blend the story well and tie things in together with the James Gunn DCU. But again, that's just more like personal fan stuff. You know what I mean? I'm pretty excited about this, and we got some more comments coming in. We got Tyler Babb in here. What's up, Tyler? I enjoyed the trailer, but the punk rock tone felt odd with her tone of being depressed. I think if you know the graphic novel it's based on, it makes sense. But to normies, does this trailer succeed? It's a very, very interesting question, and actually a pretty decent point, because to us who even if you just know a little bit about Supergirl and like who she is, where she comes from, and why she is the way she is, you'd know that okay, this definitely is very fitting. But for somebody who doesn't really know Supergirl very well, or just has seen her casually, but never read the comic really, and just saw maybe the movies and animated stuff out of order, or whatever the case is, you'd be like, why? She okay. Obviously, in the trailer, it seems like she lost her family and her home and everything. Why is she over here like partying? Why is she doing this? It doesn't really make sense. So I could see that, and a very, very interesting point to that, Tyler. Before I like go deeper into that, Alex, do you want to touch a little bit on that?
Yeah, like I agree a little bit. Is like will normies get it? People that aren't familiar with the character and the story, but I feel like it's still important for these adaptations to stay true to what the characters are, what their experiences are, and just give people who aren't familiar with this character a chance to interact with it. Because most people that aren't familiar with the comics are going to be like, oh, Supergirl is just like Superman, but she's a girl. It's like, no, she's her completely own character, and
Yeah.
it might seem off, but it's going to be something unique, something you're not used to seeing with that insignia on her chest. It's
Mhm.
like, oh, she's a drunk, she's partying. Well, that's how people cope sometimes, and we're gonna figure it out in this movie. But I think I just think it's important that, and I appreciate just what I appreciate from the trailer is that it's keeping it as true to the comic, just based on the trailer. It's keeping as true to the comic as possible. We'll see once the movie actually comes out. Maybe it's just a cluster, but who knows?
Yeah, no, that's a solid point, man. I appreciate you stating that, because I do agree. I do agree that yes, it's keeping true to, as Tyler said, it's keeping true to the graphic novel. You'll be like, oh, it makes sense, and it's very interesting to see that they, from the trailer alone, the teaser trailer no less, that yeah, they did pretty decent for the most part. Like you said, we'll have to see when the movie comes out, and we got just a snippet, just a little snippet of Jason Momoa as Lobo. And fun fact, I actually yeah, just a little bit, I actually didn't even know this at first. I was just looking some stuff up and seeing people comment on it, but like the original creator originally had Lobo part of the story, but didn't initially put him into the story. So this is like a good homage of like him incorporating him finally, and like actually having him be part of this story. I think that that's really cool. I need to truly find out all the
I
true
didn't know that.
details behind that. Yeah, I didn't know that either. I was looking it up like on one of the Facebook nerd groups I'm in, and somebody said that, and the person commented and was like, "Wow, thank you for that," because I didn't know. And that's pretty cool, man. That he, he originally was going to keep put him part of it, but then took him out, and then now it's like an homage to him. So that's pretty cool. But to circle back to this, yeah, I think that people who aren't really into DC Comics or don't really know Supergirl as being like the complete opposite character wise of Superman, in the way of like, Superman, he says that I try to see the good in everyone. And in the trailer, she says that, well, I try to see the truth, or I see the truth in everyone. And that's pretty heavy. And yeah, the tone of the music, and then the tone of like her character, for somebody else would be like, well, why this doesn't really make sense. But I think you're right. Like it's still like a pretty decent like introduction for people to come in and to get used to that, or just to get introduced to that and be like, okay, that's interesting. So let's dive in a little more.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's one of those things that they watch this and then they go read maybe a Supergirl comic, or they go watch some of the stuff with Supergirl in it,
Yeah.
We got some more comments here from Anthony Perez. What up, boyos? What's up, man? How you
What's
doing? Thank you
up?
for stopping by with the two DC nerds that you pinned against each other. That's so crazy, man. Now it went from that to this. So nuts. It's crazy how life works. So appreciate that, man, because here we are. Another statement from Anthony. Who's your favorite on-screen Supergirl, animated or live action? Wow, man. Since you went first last time, I'll go first this time. And man, it's tough, because there's the original Supergirl. I can't think of her name right now. And then there's Smallville. And then
Uh,
Melissa Benoit did a great job as Supergirl. I still need to finish the CW TV series Supergirl part, but from what I've seen with her, she's the best parts of that show, and she did pretty good. There's the animated Supergirl from the animated Superman, and then there's
dang.
oh my gosh, the one from the Tomorrowverse line of
Yeah.
movies, which is much newer. And then there's that Batman. I don't know if you remember, if I'm sure you've seen it. The Batman versus Superman movie Apocalypse. I talked about it in my trailer reaction, where the Kara, she comes down, and that's literally basically the Kara that we're kind of getting a little bit, but it's
Kind of
still
a
a
hand
mix of
thrower.
but like the hands thrower, and like but still mixed with the Tomorrowverse one, which is also a hands thrower, because she becomes Darkseid's lackey in
Mhm.
that movie and for a little bit, and then the way how she is, it's like, oh man, I could so see Amelia Alcock doing this, and it would be terrifying because she would tear Clark apart. So I mean, for me, man, I think live action has to be between the Supergirl from Smallville and Melissa Benoit.
Mhm.
But then there's Sasha Kaye, who did Super. Oh man,
She was a different
she
type of
was.
Supergirl, but
She was, man.
I
She
really
was.
liked her.
Oh man, that's a tough question. We're gonna have to circle back to that closer to the end, man, because we need some time to think about this. Great question, Anthony. Great question. Like, wow. What do you think, man? What's your response or initial response to this question?
You know, what's her? How you pronounce her last name? Sasha Kai?
Sasha Kaye, yeah.
Sasha Kai? Yeah, she
Not
was.
Sasha Kale, like I made the mistake of doing when the Flash movie came out. But anyway.
I did that too. No lie. I was like, I'm pretty sure this is wrong. As I
Yeah, but
say,
whatever. Let's just do it.
and usually I look up how do you pronounce this person's name.
Same.
But that day I did not. Yeah, I can't believe I forgot about her because I was like I was just like, oh, she is great.
Yeah, she
I
was
really
good.
liked her.
Yeah.
So I would say live action probably Sasha Kaye. I wanted
Yeah.
more of her, and I'm
I
sad
can
we
agree.
don't get more of her. But
Yeah.
live action Sasha Kaye, though Melissa Benoit also was really, really good. I liked her.
Yeah.
And then animated, I got a weird one. One weird. It's a tie between like a kind of cool one, and then a weird one.
Interesting.
Supergirl from My Adventures with Superman. She's awesome.
Yeah, she is really good.
Another's just straight hands thrower.
They all
And
are.
it's just like I will conquer your planet. Get out of my way. I like her.
All right, calm down.
Hey, Kara, chill. And then honestly, I really liked the Supergirl from Injustice 2, the video game. I really liked that version of Supergirl. She was hardcore.
I didn't even consider the games because I mean I thought, well, that's obviously animated related, but I didn't really consider the game. Oh, okay.
That's why it's a weird one. I'm like, I really liked her in the video game. Like she's one of my mains in the game. And
damn, dude, no, we're gonna have to circle back to this. Yeah, great, and Anthony, great question, bro.
Great question.
And we got another comment from my boy Tyler Babb. Do we think Brainiac is responsible for the destruction of Krypton in the DCU? Okay, see, I'm glad that he asked this question.
We'll start here.
Yeah, there we go. Because okay. So, Alex, you can go ahead and start since I started last time.
All right, so I was actually just thinking this because in the trailer we see, I'm assuming, the destruction of Krypton,
Yeah.
but like a portion of the city is like being lifted and trapped in a bubble. So I'm like, oh,
Yes.
is he creating what, a Kandor? He's
Yeah.
like just shrinking it.
Yeah, the bottle city of Kandor. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, is this how they're gonna lead Brainiac into the Man of Tomorrow movie?
That would,
is this little tease like, hey, here's what's coming. Like, it looked like Brainiac to me, so I'm thinking it is. But what did you think,
dude? Okay, so when I did the trailer reaction, I was initially just so not in awe. That sounds kind of dramatic, but I was very, very invested. So I was looking and trying to like nitpick at everything, not nitpick, but just kind of make sure that I didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
And that during that, like I noticed that my eyes were like, and I was like, oh, because that the whole just force field coming down, it is classic Brainiac in doing the like planet entrapment. And there's that Superman, Man of Tomorrow, not just the comic strip, but also like the animated movie. And I don't know, man. I think Tyler, we all three of us are in the same boat. I think Brainiac is responsible for that. However, they're introducing Krem of the Yellow Hills as the first villain for Supergirl, which I mean, hey, whoa,
Solid first choice.
yeah, Ruthie Marie Knoll, like that, her and Supergirl team up because what's his name? Krem killed Ruthie's mom, I think, or parents, I think, and on Prime Earth, and she wants revenge, and they work together, and it's like, okay, that's a great. I mean, I can't hate that. That's a great thing to start with. I mean, it's literally in the comic, but to just kind of ease Brainiac in, that's kind of a like low key. And please, people, don't hate me for this. Maybe you'll understand what I mean by this. That's kind of a weird MCU thing to kind of do, you know, like tease the overarching bigger bad by bringing in this one and then also bringing in Lobo. Like it's insane. Like they're going, you know, in the Superman movie, they brought in the Justice Gang. And now in the Supergirl movie, they're bringing in Lobo and Krem of the Yellow Hills. And teasing the Brainiac thing, because I'm sorry, what else could that have been, man?
What else? That can't be anything else.
So to answer your question, Tyler, I 100% think it's Brainiac. Now, do I think we're going to see Brainiac in this first movie? No. And honestly, here's why. I think James Gunn is onto something. As much as people are talking crap about, you know what they say, if people are talking crap about you, you're not doing good, which I mean, obviously that's, yeah, but I mean, it's true though. It's true. There's truth behind it because people have just been crapping all over James Gunn, man. And look at the success this man has had. I'm not even talking about in DC. Just look at the success that man has had in general. Really, he does write good stuff. Just because you personally might not like it doesn't mean that it's not good. You know, it just might not be for you. You know, like the first time I watched the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, I was kind of like, okay. And then I watched it another time after going back and watching like some old Spider-Man stuff and watching some old Marvel animated stuff and reading up on the Guardians. I loved it. You know, I loved it.
Absolutely.
And I think that James Gunn is really onto something with this Superman movie and then this Supergirl movie. And I know we talked about like Blue Beetle last time, and I kind of feel like we might potentially see something like that later on. Not necessarily in Supergirl. Sorry, that was kind of misleading. Not necessarily in Supergirl, but just the way how they're doing things, it seems like we might get some other things that we did not get in previous DC Universe installments. So I do believe that, yes, Brainiac is responsible for it, but I do not think that we will see him. We might see, like, you know, back in the day when the 10-year buildup of Marvel, you saw like at first, I think it was like a silhouette of Thanos, or like maybe just like his head turn,
just
or something.
Purple face.
Yeah, just like the slight purple face and then the smirk. I feel like maybe not this movie, maybe like the end credit scene, or maybe something in another installment, maybe not even a Supergirl or Superman thing, but we might see something about Brainiac. We might hear his voice, you know, we might hear a laugh, we might hear something. So I do believe that he is the one that did it, because there's no way anybody can tell me that force field coming down, trapping the city, was not the city of Kandor that he traps. Like, there's no way. I
will say, what's the term? Play devil's advocate. Like, if it's not Brainiac, I'm pretty sure someone out there thought this. I'm just going to say it, and I don't believe this is the case at all, but I just wanted it to get out of my head. It was the Sinestro Corps, because it was a yellow beam trapping them. Boom. Okay, Sinestro.
So now we're getting into some other storylines that would be insane. That would be just wild, man. Like
that would be a left turn.
Well, then, I mean, it would it's not that it would make sense, but think about it. Lanterns is coming out next year, and it got pushed back, I believe, a little bit, just to kind of play devil's advocate on your devil's advocate. You know, what if it's the Lantern Corps, you know, and then the Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart working together, they somehow link up with Supergirl or Superman even, and I don't know. I mean, they look at the cameos that we've had in the Peacemaker show alone. I mean, come on, bro. That is not beyond, especially this will be like an HBO Max one. That if they went that route, that would definitely be one of the, not the biggest plot twist, but that would be a big plot twist and bait and switch.
It would be a huge bait and switch. I was just like, I could imagine people saying, "Is that the Sinestro Corps?" I could picture it, but that would be.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That would be that. Yeah, that would be a big bait and switch. Probably a little annoying, but
Really,
like,
like, hold on. We got another comment here from Red Hot Model. Oh, it's my lovely lady. What's up, girl? How you doing? Sorry.
go
Tell us
ahead
more.
now.
Tell us more about this Lobo character, please. Do you think he will be a major role in the new film or just a cameo role? That's a great question, actually. Look at her. I'm so proud of her. No, so Alex, I'll let you start this off. Tell us a little bit about this Lobo character, please. Do you think he will be a major role in the new film or just a cameo role? So before you get started, I don't know like too much about Lobo. I know enough about him to know like what he can do, who he is. I've seen him in animated movies and seen him in some comics. So I know that he is a boss among bosses, and I mean he's a main man, duh. But Alex, take it away, and then I will follow you.
Yeah, I feel like Lobo is going to have the same type of role in this film as like the Justice Gang had in the Superman movie. Like they're present, they're a part of the movie, they help it progress it, but they don't necessarily need to be in it. I think Lobo's going to be the same way. He's going to have a couple fights here and there, maybe some lines of dialogue, but overall he's just there, like with how they're doing these DC movies now, is they're just not really, they're introducing characters, but they're doing it in a way where it's just like they just been here the whole time. Like we're not going to do no origin story. It's just like, this is the universe we're in. There's this big buff dude named Lobo who just likes to bounty hunt, and he's a jerk, but he's cool. But he's cool when he does it, so it's fine. We love him, and that's it. Like that's.
Yeah, that's, I mean, basically yeah. He's a mercenary and he loves to beat people up. And there's he's I was doing a little research because I remember there was a specific fact about him, why he's such an an asshat. And I knew that he was part of the Zarnian race, but he is the last of his people because Jesus Christ, he's the last of his people because he himself killed his own people for fun. And he's part of a Zarnian race. So those people, they're more resilient. They have hyper healing abilities and regenerative abilities. So it makes sense why he technically cannot die. I mean, I just showed her one of the Tomorrowverse movies, the Superman one, with Parasite, the villain, and Martian Manhunter's in that, and Lobo makes an appearance. And then she was like, "Who's that?" And I'm like, "That's the main man. That's Lobo." And like they, explode him, and then his blood just like comes back, like his explosive parts. They're all goo, and they just come back together. And it's like that's him. That's Lobo. He literally cannot die. I mean, he can in some instances, but that we'd have to get into that. But,
I'll have to read more of his comics, because now I'm thinking about, I'm like, how did he kill his entire race? If
they can't, yeah, right.
They can't really die.
Yeah, that's something that I need to dive more into. That could be, hey, look at.
There we go. Conversation topic.
Yeah,
that also could just be a thing where it's just like, hey, Alex, just shut up and read it. And like, if that's the case, I'll accept it.
But, no, man, there's a lot more to Lobo, and I'm glad that of all people, Jason Momoa is doing it. Because not that he wasn't a good Aquaman, but for Aquaman, I don't know. I feel like even though he's Ocean Master, I feel like Patrick Wilson would have kind of fit more like Aquaman. But he did a great Ocean Master. He was great. He was a great Orm.
I like that Ocean Master. Sorry, we're tangent. I like Ocean Master as a villain.
As a villain, yeah.
Like that's an awesome name.
Yeah,
Ocean Master. Like Ocean Master.
But also, he's petty too.
He's very petty.
Like we talk about the Reverse Flash being the pettiest villain alive. Ocean Master's pretty damn petty himself.
Ocean Master is pretty petty, and
there's no competition. I'm sorry, Reverse Flash takes the cake. Yeah, Eobard
Reverse Flash. He goes too far, and it's just like, damn, dude, chill. Hold on.
So to answer this second part of this question, do you think he'll be a major role or just a cameo? Now, for one thing, this is definitely a cameo, like for sure. However, there's sometimes where there can be like a big cameo or like a cameo that like tailors more towards the story to lead into something else specifically for that character. And I feel like with James Gunn, he's going in a direction with a lot of the DC stuff. Like case in point, he's the first. I mean, honestly, aside before he took over, I did not hear any kind of talk about the Authority coming into animation or live action or anything of that sort. So he's touching on things like the Authority. You know, he's going more into the Lantern lore, which I mean, the lantern lore is crazy. You know, you have blue lanterns, you have white lanterns, there's yellow, orange, green, red. Like there's so many different like lanterns. And if he starts exploring that with this show, that'd be great for the DCU. I mean, there'd be so many different storylines, but they all kind of connect in a way, especially with different.
Do so much with it.
Yeah. And for this movie, especially knowing that about the creator, originally having Lobo part of Supergirl story and then taking it out and him putting it back in here, I think that there will be somewhat of a, maybe not a critical role, but there will be enough that he will be like a Eddie Gathegi in Superman, like Mr. Terrific, like kind of just there enough that it's like, okay, like Lobo, like, you know how Eddie Gathegi was for the movie for Superman, Mr. Terrific was for the Superman movie, Lobo might be for the Supergirl movie. And that's a hot take that I'm willing to die on, because I'm sorry, but Lobo is just a very interesting character from the comics and animated stuff. And fans love Lobo. My girlfriend made a good point. She's like, we were talking about superheroes and villains the other day. And Alex, you can probably attest to this. I think you might agree. She was like, yeah, I know that like you like heroes and stuff, but and you would like to make like a good hero show or whatever. But at the end of the day, everybody loves to see a villain. You know, everybody loves to see a villain. And more importantly, everybody loves to see a villain turn good, or not necessarily turn good, but a villain do like anti-hero things. So yes, they mess people up, they tear up buildings, they'll explode things, but in the name of protecting other people or showcasing a slight semblance of emotion, but pulling it back a bit and trying to be funny. You know, they like that
code of honor to it.
Yeah, they like that villain or anti-villain or anti-hero kind of person. And yes, heroes are great. Everybody loves a superhero. You know what I mean? But I feel like there couldn't be a superhero without a supervillain and vice versa. So I feel like Lobo coming in as this like villain / anti-villain, anti-hero, mercenary, all of the above. He's the main man for a reason. And he has to say that line, bro. He has to say that line. But I think him coming in, especially now with James Gunn doing all of his stuff, I think that he is definitely going to play more of a role than we previously thought. Or like case in point, how like I said earlier, Mr. Terrific kind of stole the show. Like David Cornsweet did a great job. You know, I mean, hello, he is Superman. And I'm happy that he's Superman, honestly. But Mr. Terrific really had a standout performance. And I think that that's the same thing that we might see. What do you think?
No, I honestly, I have to agree with that. I feel like he probably would have a similar role as Mr. Terrific did in Superman. I'm just based on that millisecond glimpse we saw of him in the trailer, it looks like he's walking away from a bar fight. So I'm like, maybe that's his Mr. Terrific versus the Lex Luthor goons moment, or he's like bounty hunting after Supergirl and she gets away, but everyone's fighting. So he's like, well, I'm here.
Dude, that's so crazy that you said that, man.
Just goes off on everybody.
That's so crazy that you said that, because I was literally thinking about a moment from Young Justice with Lobo, and that's where I truly grew to love Lobo, was from Young Justice. And he's like, the main man's contract is complete. Bye, losers. And he's just out, like smoking his cigar with his motorcycle, and he whistles to it, and it comes to him. And it's just I think that, yeah, man, it's gonna kind of be like that. And that's what I mean is him in Young Justice he wasn't a villain and he wasn't a hero. He was contracted to capture the Krolotayans that were invading Earth because they weren't supposed to, because of the Intergalactic Council or whatever, the whole thing. And he just came there, and the Young Justice team was in his way. So he's like, get out the way. I'm not here for you. here for them. Like, and it just, yeah, man, he's just an interesting character, and I pray James Gunn does dive more into him, because that would be an interesting and refreshing thing to have in this DCU, because we've done the same thing over and over. We've done the same thing over and over. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. They tried to do the Flash and Aquaman, and I mean, if it wasn't Ezra Miller, would have been good.
Would have been good. Give it to Grant Gustin. I'm just saying.
Don't even get me started, Alex. Please don't get me started. We'll be here for days, and everybody will be upset. We got another comment here.
I appreciate them going into Supergirl. I think this is a good next step for a movie. Just, not too far away from the Trinity, but Superman, Supergirl, kind of similar for people that aren't familiar with the comics, but it's different enough where it's just like, we're gonna start swimming away from the characters you're familiar with now.
Alex, hold on, man. You're cutting in and out, man. I don't know if your connection might have gotten messed up a little bit. I don't know. You might be okay now, but you're freezing every now and then, just to let you know.
Oh,
I don't know.
Sorry. Thanks.
No, you're good. No, you're good, bro. You didn't know. I just didn't realize it until late. But yeah, you're frozen now. But it's okay. He's frozen on a thumbs up, so that means that he is enjoying his time here.
Oh no. Let me know when I'm back on. Hello?
Sorry, guys. We're just having a little bit of technical difficulties, but while Alex is doing that and figuring this out, I will answer this on my part, and then we'll get Alex to answer his when he returns. So, could we get Bill Skarsgård as the Joker in the DCU? I know it would be another clown role, but he is in the WB family already. Oh, man. Tyler, yes. Yes, my man, yes. And I mean, yeah, it would be another clown role, but I'm sorry. And maybe other people might disagree with this, but I think that he would absolutely do an amazing job as the Joker in the DCU. He would nail that role to a T. He is such a big clown figure, yes, but I think that he would embody it so well. And the way how he plays Pennywise is just absolutely astounding. And I think that if he were to undertake that, that would be just like another, not another notch on his belt. I don't mean it like that. I mean that it would be just another thing to add to his repertoire, that he is that guy, and he was made. I think personally, you can crucify me if you want. I think Bill Skarsgård was born to play Pennywise, and I also think he was born to play the Joker in this iteration of the DCU. I'm sorry, I will say that we've been watching, Welcome to Derry, and then we're even rewatching the other It movies. We've seen them already, but we're rewatching them, and as we're rewatching them, I'm like, this man, Tim Curry was amazing. Like, let's not get it twisted. Tim Curry killed it as well, but Bill Skarsgård, man, he's bringing like a new, different energy to Pennywise. So imagine if he adapted that to the Joker. It would be insane. Oh my gosh. They would have to make that movie rated R. They would have to. There's no getting around it. Alex, welcome back, my friend. Sorry, I went off on a little tangent there.
Am I frozen?
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm good. I was just like, I'm moving
around. Now, at first, when you were sitting there, I was like, dang it, is he frozen again? Let me just keep talking. Let's see what happens.
I'm just hyper focused now.
But no, welcome back, man. So yeah, as you can hear and see, Tyler came in with another great question. Also, thank you guys for all the great questions.
Yeah, these are awesome.
Alex, I've been meaning to tell you, this is like the most views we've been getting on, like, while we're live together. Like, this is the most views that we've had consistently, between like 5 to 8 at a time, which is, it sounds silly to other people, but I mean, that's pretty cool, man. I think that's pretty cool.
So thank y'all so much for supporting coming out. Really appreciate it.
It's pretty cool, man. I appreciate it, guys. So yeah, Tyler came in with a good question. Could Bill Skarsgård could we get him as the Joker in the DCU? It would be another clown role, but he's in the WB family already. So what do you think?
I don't know.
Ooh, here we go.
I'm sure he could do it. He's a great actor. I'm sure he could do it, but it would have to be a different type of clown, a different type of personality. Like you know what I mean? He can't bring the same type of
the same Pennywise energy.
Yeah, it just had to be like it would have to have a different vibe in it. Now, absolutely, I'm sure he could pull it off. Man, I don't like. I would want to like. I like the idea of it, but also
I see where you're going.
But also, like, I just want him to stay over there as Pennywise. Like, keep all that clown energy for that.
I feel you.
And then let's get someone else who hasn't played as a clown to be the Joker.
No, I feel you. I think my vote for him to do that even more is because him as Nosferatu was creepy and great, and then he completely switches over and does Pennywise. So I hear you on the one side, of like, he's doing Pennywise. He might bring like a similar Pennywise energy to the Joker, but I'm going to combat that and say I feel like he would actually do it completely different, but still keeping true to like the joke. He seems like an actor that would, in essence, kind of not do what the Joker does, because yikes, like kind of get in the mindset of the Joker, kind of be in his house or loft or wherever he is, and just kind of like watch some of the animated stuff, read the comics, and he would literally sit there and try to do like the or whatever, like just try to do silly things that the Joker would do. And I think that he would nail it. But there's the other side of me that's like, he's so good as Pennywise that I feel like he hears clown and he's like Pennywise, and it's just, I don't know, but
triggers him.
Yeah, no, yeah, like it could be a case of where he just can't separate the Pennywise from the Joker. But then, man, the DC fan in me just wants to be like, send it, get that man. Don't even have him audition. Just say, here you go. Here is the script. Now you can come in on this day. But if you choose to come in on that day or even the next week, that's fine. Just as long as you come in, okay? Like I mean, that's the other side of me is just he terrifies me as Pennywise. Like he terrifies me. So it's like he would be super menacing as the Joker. But I am also on the other side of it too, that, give somebody else a chance who hasn't established themselves as anything really like a hero villain or anything like that. Since he's well established as Pennywise, let somebody else establish themselves as the Joker. I
think a big factor for me that would sway my decision more is I would have to hear his Joker laugh. I heard his Pennywise laugh, and it's more phenomenal. like a quick creepy chuckle that he does. But like I need to hear like a full-on hearty, I'm gonna pee my pants type of laugh that Joker does.
I get you.
Because the last Joker, what Joker like? I felt like Joaquin Phoenix had a great Joker laugh, and there was like that one was unique in terms of it wasn't really a laugh.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger's laugh was good. Jack Nicholson, of course.
Oh my God.
Jared Leto did whatever that was. And then
man, I didn't hate it, but yeah, go ahead.
But like if Bill Skarsgård comes out, I'm like, oh, here's how I would do a Joker laugh, and it blows my socks off, and I'll be like, all right, get in there.
Did you ever see that Injustice movie? I think it was from 2019.
The animated one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you remember when spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen it, you might want to tune out for the next like few seconds. Sorry. So when Superman, he finds out where Joker is after what he does to Lois Lane, Christ. And then he barges in and then he just punches through his chest and grabs his heart. And Joker's doing that like that, just like maniacal laugh. I would love to see him. If he could do that, we're in, because that laugh right there is even for the animated, that is beautiful. I mean, Mark Hamill as the Joker in the animated series, he was just next level. Like hitting top notch. So if he could do something like that, then he'd be in.
That's the bar. That's an unreasonable bar, but that's what I need.
That's like Kevin Conroy as the voice of Batman. It's like, come on, you can't, like, yes, there are other good Batman vocal actors, but I mean,
absolutely. but
Come on.
cream of the crop.
So yeah, man. There's the one other thing with Supergirl, the question that everybody I think is gonna be
I was tripping
asking
for a
themselves.
second. I thought you meant the question, like the hero. I'm like, the questions in
Oh,
the
whoa,
movie?
hold on, bro. Oh, I know you're.
I love the question.
Yeah, we're getting into like the extended Justice League. Like, come on, hold on. The question, Wildcat, all of that. Like, okay, hold on, calm it down there, Alex. No, the question that I think all of us, I think, were in some weird way when this Supergirl and David Gordon Sweat's Superman actually like truly get together and they're like not fighting against you. Well, maybe fighting against each other,
She's drunk.
or she yeah, like yeah, just like in the movie when she's like, see you later, bitch. Like, okay, well, all right, that's Kara for you. When we finally see them actually having legitimate back and forth, not just that little cameo that we had in the movie, do we think that it's going to be more of like a, how do I do it? More of like a Superman and Batman, the Apocalypse movie, where she comes in and she can only speak Kryptonian, and Batman finds her, like houses her, and then Clark comes in? Or do we think it's going to be like we're not even going to see any of that backstory? We're not even going to see any backstory at all, which I think more is the case. And do you think that we're going to get just like straight into her being part of something, or like Superman in the meantime has been part of a group, or I'm not going to say what group, Justice Gang, Justice League, whatever. Do you think that we're going to see like that little time jump and then go back, right? Like that little time jump of, okay, so while she's over here doing her movie and everything, this is what happened, and then it's like, wait, whoa, when did that happen? How'd that happen? And then the next Superman movie, that's what do you think it's going to be something like that, or do you think we're just kind of going to get like a, I hate to say it, but like the whole Snyderverse thing, like just throwing them in there for the sake of throwing them in there?
I don't know. So far, I think they're gonna throw them in there. But I don't think, unlike the Snyderverse, that it's gonna be just for the sake of throwing them in there. Like it's been pretty, from what I've seen, methodical. Like when characters are introduced, they have a purpose already. They're doing something. They're contributing in some way. And might not be the biggest way, but they still contribute to a point where, like, oh, it makes sense for them to be there. So I think it is possible that while the events of the Supergirl movie are happening on Earth, Superman is preparing for something, maybe, or maybe he's doing some, not training, but yeah, maybe he's starting to form the League. Or maybe it's not quite the League yet, but he's at least having those discussions with the Justice Gang. Like, hey, maybe we should rethink how we do things and expand and like get other metahumans, because, now we know that Rick Flag and Lex Luthor are going to start putting away metahumans in the Salvation area. So he's like, oh, well, Superman's like, let's get some metahumans of our own. Let's round them up and get them legit, so that stuff could be happening, I think. But, I think how the direction that this universe is going so far is just like, hey, here you go. Here it all is. If you don't know who any of these characters are, catch up.
I mean, honestly though, and I think that James Gunn is, by the way, I agree with you. Thank you for speaking what you were saying, because I think that you did hit the nail on the head. I think that they are going to continue throwing people in, but it's not just like, oh, bam, here you go, la-di-da, tra-la-la-la, and then they're gone. Like, no, hold on. No, I think they've been doing it methodically, as you said. And I think that the whole idea behind Superman being in that mode of forming a team, and hey, there's different versions of different teams, and we obviously see that this is a different universe, right? Like there's Guy Gardner instead of Hal Jordan, at least to start off with. Obviously, we know all of the Lanterns mesh up together. They all link up, Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner, Alan Scott, what's her name, Jessica Cruz, all of them, and John Stewart. So it's like we know that all of them work together numerous times. So it's like where is he actually going with it? And
Mm-hmm.
I think that you're right. I think that we're gonna see that whole. I can just see him right now being like, maybe we should find a different way to do things, guys. Like that seems to be the best course of action here. I could see David Corn Sweat doing that, and this is terrific being like, oh yeah, what, you got a better idea? Like, just something silly. But I could see that, and that would actually make a little bit more sense because while Kara's off, because technically a lot of people don't know, especially because she looks younger than him, obviously, that she's technically older than him. Yeah, we all know this, but like as Tyler asked in the beginning, it's like for people who don't know, it's like, okay, well, she's like a little girl. Like, what? Why is she like bodying him? Why is she being like this? Well, it's because she's technically older, and then
He's her baby cousin.
yeah, he is literally her baby cousin, but he spent more time on Earth to where he was more human. So that's why I think that's why he aged a little bit more than she
Or
did.
she was in a cryo sleep when she
Yeah,
was
yeah,
going.
there it is. She was in a cryo ship, but I think also the human aspect takes a little, not human because he's not human, but I think that also takes some kind of effect, right? Because he's been on Earth for 33 years, and she's been in space and all these other planets with red suns, and then she gets to Earth in the yellow sun, and technically people hate hearing this. They really hate hearing this. But technically, she's stronger than him too, just a little bit. But obviously, but Superman doesn't go all out. She does, and she has to learn to dial it back. But I feel like we're gonna see that like punk head, bratty, in your face, dukes up Supergirl like right from the gun, and I love it. I love it. But we also are gonna see that humbled Supergirl at some point, and I'm very curious how she's gonna play it.
I could already tell. I was like, I'm having too much fun watching this trailer. It's gonna make me cry, ain't it?
Yeah,
There's gonna be some trauma.
yeah.
She's
That's the thing.
unpacking.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you said it. I think you said it in the beginning of the stream. You're like, everybody deals with trauma in different ways. She's dealing with her trauma, and the idea behind her literally like, yeah, Clark, yeah, he knows that his parents died, like he knows his homeworld's gone. She literally witnessed it. Like she literally saw it,
lived
every
through
ounce of the every ounce of destruction. So it's a little different. It's a lot of different for her. So just to wrap things up, I think that she is going to be a good addition, like a good addition into the live action and the Hollywood aspect of Supergirl. Because obviously we've gotten Supergirl Sasha Kaye, and then Melissa Benoit and all these other people. But for this new DCU, it's not like just like a one off. Like this is definitely connected. So it's very, very interesting, and I think that also with Lobo coming in, and we're getting these nods to these comics that are just so beautiful, and it's beautiful, man. Like I'm happy that we get like these more comic book style movies that, even though people are complaining that they're comic booky, but then they complain that they're not comic booky, you just can't make people happy, bro. Really can't make people happy.
I'm just like, if you're gonna make a comic book movie, make it comic booky, because that's what it is.
That's literally what it is, man. We got another comment here from my lovely lady again. Please tell us nothing happens to crypto. Now, listen, Alex and I have already said this. We're going to throw hands. If anything happens to crypto, we're rioting. Like, that's just what it is.
I do know in the comic something does happen to crypto.
Yeah.
But
I'll have to ease her into that.
Once again, things are, adaptations are never 100%. I'm just like, don't hurt my crypto. He's a good boy. He's a destructive boy, but he is a good boy.
Yeah, he's a good boy, I guess.
He's not. He's just the dog. Yeah, he's not a very good one, but
he's a dog. He's not a very
not
good
even
one.
A very good one.
Oh man, yeah, that movie was great. But yeah, obviously, comic books, yeah, stuff does happen to crypto. But
speaking of crypto, uh, just off tangent again. He's still a very good boy. He knows how to control his strength, because in the Superman movie, he'll go all in on Superman, but like he didn't do the same thing to Lois Lane.
Yeah,
He
no, he
like
didn't even do it.
he
Not even
like
close.
jumped on her lap and was like cute, but he didn't crush her. He
Mm-hmm.
didn't kill Ma or Pa Ken's cows. He was
Yeah, you're right.
he was very gentle with those monkeys that escaped, you
Yeah, he
know.
was.
But the Kryptonians got the full brunt of it,
Yeah, no. I mean,
and
he's
like
literally,
objects.
he's literally jumping on top of Clark, just being injured. Like, stop.
Stop! Ah!
But no, you're right though. He is a very I tell people this: animals are smart, bro. And Crypto is very obviously he's super strong. Holy crap! But yeah, he is very smart, and he knows to behave. And one last thing as well from me, and then I'll go to you for last final comments, my friend. The if I know a lot of people didn't really watch these. Well, I mean, obviously a lot of people did, but I mean, a lot of people that I know didn't really watch these, and a lot of fans are on the fence with these movies. But the Tomorrowverse movies, like they are good in their own way, and I say it like that because it's different. The animation style is completely different from the New 52 style. The New 52 was like sleek, dark, nice and edgy, and everybody loved that. And then we get the Tomorrowverse style, which is more like bright looking. It's more genuine comic book esque, and they're going a little bit faster with things. So I liked the Tomorrowverse movies, and the Legion of Superheroes. That's with her. She's mainly the main focus of the movie, really. And then in that movie, you already have Superman and Batman and some of the Justice League together, but they didn't show you how that happened. But the way they did it, it was like, whoa, when did they become? So it's cool. So I think James Gunn is really going in the Tomorrowverse route, and I really hope so, because it is beautiful and it's different. It's just a little different. It's how some comic books are. So
Mm-hmm.
for people that are just moaning and groaning and showboating about all of this crap, like, oh, the Superman's weak, and oh, this Supergirl is a party girl. It's like it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Just watch some of the
Chill
stuff.
out.
Read some of the stuff. It's okay. You'll figure it out.
It's
But
okay for a girl to be a party girl, and it's okay to get beat up sometimes. Technically, Superman still won those fights. I mean, that's typically how Superman fights go. He gets punched around for a bit, and then he's like, okay, let me lock in now. And then he locks in.
He literally gives him a chance. He's like, oh, God, man, I really don't want to do this.
He's like, oh, that really hurt. Good job, bud. All right.
Yeah. Anyway.
Time to go to space.
Oh, man.
He did the engineer and Ultraman dirty when they were about to kill him, and he's like, well, we're going to space now.
But see,
and we're going back down.
I know I said that we were done, but there was just one more thing. You just nailed that, because I don't think people realize how really, really good that scene is from various reasons. One of the main reasons is that Superman, he locked in. He was like, okay, you know what? Screw this. And he just shot straight up, because he knew, okay, I can't go out like this. And not only that, but I'm going to die. But here's a way for me to combat this and get you off me. And he's like, he probably knew that they would be all right, maybe, but at the same time, didn't really matter.
At a certain point, when Superman is starting to lose a fight, he'll cross that threshold where he's like, okay, well, at this point, if you die, you die. And one of the only few villains that got him to that point is Doomsday. For Doomsday, Superman's just like, no, you have to go.
Yeah, no, yeah,
there's nothing you can do. I gotta
try to. The Death of Superman is such an underrated movie that he really tried. Wow, brought me to tears so many times.
Same.
But do you have any final thoughts, my friend, on anything before we bid everybody adieu?
I'm really excited for the Supergirl movie. I think I'm not going to watch another trailer, only because lately trailers have been acting a fool and just showing everything.
The entire movie, yeah.
The entire movie. So at this point, I think I'm just going to have to put it on mute and be like, all right, just wait for 2026 to come here.
That's gonna be tough for me, but I think I might try to do that because I don't want it to be ruined. But we'll see. We'll see.
Oh, one last thing. Were you able to come to a decision? Your favorite Supergirl?
Damn it! I was hoping we'd forget.
It's like, Alex, Sean.
Well, man, we're also going to have this conversation after the new movie comes out next year, so that we can, keep it current.
Readjust.
But man, it's hard. Live action. Oh, the only reason I'm choosing Melissa Benoit over Sasha Kaye is just because Sasha Kaye only got that one movie, which we didn't get to see. She was robbed. That's not her fault. It's not her fault. She was robbed, which she definitely deserved more than one movie. And even Melissa Benoit, the one from Smallville, man, I can't remember her name, but she killed it, bro. Oh,
that was a childhood crush right there.
yeah.
For a while, I was just like, oh, Lois.
For guys and girls, I'll tell you that they loved her.
I was like, that's Supergirl. Oh, jeez.
But yeah, I think Melissa Benoit, and then for animated, man, I don't know. I think that one from the Batman Superman Apocalypse movie, and between that and the Tomorrowverse one, yeah,
Great
it's
choice.
between those two. But I can't make a decision between that. What about you?
So yeah, I'm gonna say Sasha Kaye.
Yeah,
Live action for me, and then the Injustice.
The Injustice one, yeah.
Supergirl.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I can't blame you. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate you joining me, and thank you everybody for joining us and for all the beautiful comments and all the questions and everything. Thank you guys for tuning in and being a part of this. That this was a lot of fun, and I didn't even realize how long we'd actually been on. But thank you guys again for showing up and supporting us. And Alex, is there anything that you have coming out that you want to share with everybody to look forward to?
Yes. So these past couple months have been kind of tough in terms of scheduling. I had to step away for a bit from the channel. Next month, January, I am releasing a short every single day explaining a different superpower for anyone out there that wants to learn more about superhero lore. You want to get more into it, head to Haynes for Heroes. There'll be something dropping every day. And then keep an eye out for March, because I'm planning an award show to challenge the Oscars, but specifically for superheroes.
Nice.
So keep an eye and ear out for that.
Sweet, man. It's awesome. So you heard the man. Keep an eye out for everything, because he will be releasing those shorts every day. And that is going to be good for a lot of people, especially leading up to a lot of things. So I think that's going to be really, really awesome for you, man. And I look forward to that too. And I'm going to have to hop on and talk to you about some of that, No, man, that's cool. So you heard the man. Check over on his channel. The link to his channel and his channel name will be in the description box down below. And once again, we appreciate any and every support that you guys give. It means more than you know. And we'll see you again soon. We'll let you know when we have another DC Decode episode for you. And we'll talk more, probably leading up to Supergirl. I'm pretty sure we'll be talking more about it. And some other things too, getting into some backstory to some people, the partnership between Supergirl and Ruth Marie Knoll, and the villain Krem. Like, we'll get into him in the next episode, because yikes, he's a ruthless assassin who does not give a crap. Oh my god,
he's a piece of work, that guy.
Yeah, like holy crap. So thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate you, and we shall see you in the next one.
Peace out.
Take it easy, my friends.
Take it easy. Stay classy, San Diego.